What if I told you that spending $100,000 on a luxury SUV doesn't guarantee you the best vehicle on the road? Consumer Reports just dropped their latest rankings, and the results are shocking. 6 SUVs scored almost perfect ratings, and none of them are what you'd expect. We're talking about vehicles that outperformed brands 3 times their price. Stick around until number 1, because this SUV has been flying under the radar for years, and it might just be the smartest purchase you'll make in 2025. Before we dive into this list, let me ask you something. When was the last time you heard someone say, "I wish I'd spent more money on my car"? Probably never, right? That's because the smartest buyers know that value isn't about the badge on your hood. It's about what's under it, how it performs over time, and whether it'll still be running strong when you've paid off that 5-year loan. Consumer Reports doesn't mess around. They purchase vehicles anonymously, put them through over 50 rigorous tests, and track reliability data from millions of owners. No manufacturer influence, no sponsorship bias, just cold, hard facts. And this year's SUV rankings prove that you don't need to sacrifice quality to save money. In fact, some of the most expensive SUVs didn't even make the top 10. So buckle up, because we're counting down the top 6 SUVs that Consumer Reports rated as nearly flawless. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which SUV deserves your hard-earned money. Number 6. Mazda CX-50. Coming in at number 6 is the Mazda CX-50. And if you've been sleeping on Mazda, it's time to wake up. Mazda has always been the underdog that refuses to play by the rules. While other manufacturers are cramming their vehicles with screens and subscription services, Mazda focuses on what actually matters, driving dynamics and build quality. The CX-50 is proof that this philosophy works. Let's talk about what makes this SUV special. First, the driving experience. The CX-50 handles like a much smaller, sportier vehicle. The steering is precise, the body roll is minimal, and when you take a corner, you actually feel connected to the road. This isn't a floaty, disconnected SUV experience. This is genuine driving engagement, which is rare in this segment. Under the hood, you've got options. The base 2.5-litre engine delivers adequate power for most drivers, but if you want more punch, the turbocharged version cranks out 256 horsepower. That's enough to make merging and passing effortless, even with a full load of passengers and gear. Inside, the CX-50 doesn't try to be a spaceship. The cabin is thoughtfully designed with high-quality materials that feel substantial. Real stitching, soft-touch surfaces, and controls that are exactly where you'd expect them to be. The infotainment system uses a rotary dial instead of a touchscreen while driving, which means you can make adjustments without taking your eyes off the road. It's a small detail that shows Mazda actually thinks about safety. Consumer Reports praised the CX-50 for its reliability predictions and overall satisfaction scores. Owners consistently report that this SUV exceeds their expectations, especially considering its price point. You're looking at a starting price in the low 30s, which makes it one of the most affordable vehicles on this list. But here's the thing that really sets the CX-50 apart. It's built in Alabama specifically for rugged use. The engineers designed it with higher ground clearance and more durable components than the CX-5. This is an SUV that can handle dirt roads, camping trips, and harsh weather without breaking a sweat. The only real drawback? Cargo space is decent, but not class-leading, and the rear seat is comfortable for 2 adults, but a bit snug for 3. But if you prioritize driving enjoyment and long-term reliability over maximum space, the CX-50 is a brilliant choice. Number 5. Kia Sportage. At number 5, we have the Kia Sportage, and this is where things get interesting. 10 years ago, if someone told you that Kia would be competing with Honda and Toyota for reliability and quality, you'd probably laugh. But here we are in 2025, and Kia isn't just competing. They're winning. The 5th-generation Sportage represents everything Kia has learned about building world-class SUVs. The exterior design is bold and distinctive, with dramatic lighting elements and sharp character lines. You won't mistake this for anything else on the road, but the real magic happens when you open the door. The interior of the Sportage feels like it belongs in a vehicle costing $20,000 more. Dual screens stretch across the dashboard, creating a seamless digital interface. But unlike some competitors, Kia kept physical buttons for climate control and other frequently used functions. This hybrid approach gives you the best of both worlds. Modern technology without the frustration of buried menu systems. Space is a major strong point. The Sportage offers generous legroom in both rows, and the cargo area can swallow a week's worth of groceries or camping gear with ease. The rear seats fold flat, creating a genuinely usable loading floor. Families will appreciate the easy clean materials and the abundance of small storage cubbies throughout the cabin. Power comes from a turbocharged engine that delivers smooth, confident acceleration. It's not a performance vehicle, but it never feels underpowered, even on steep highway on-ramps. The hybrid version is also available if you want to maximize fuel economy without sacrificing much performance. Consumer reports highlighted the Sportage's predicted reliability as exceptional. Kia has quietly become one of the most reliable brands in the industry, and their warranty backs that up. 10 years or 100,000 miles on the powertrain. That's not a warranty, that's a statement of confidence. The ride quality strikes an excellent balance between comfort and control. You're not bouncing around like you're in a luxury sedan, but you're also not getting beaten up by every pothole. Daily commutes are relaxed, and long road trips don't leave you exhausted. Technology features are abundant, with standard driver assistance systems that actually work well. Lane keeping assist doesn't ping-pong you between the lines. Adaptive cruise control maintains smooth following distances. These systems feel refined, not like beta software. Where does the Sportage fall short? The infotainment system can occasionally lag, and some of the lower trim levels lack features that competitors include as standard. But these are minor quibbles in an otherwise excellent package. For the price, which starts in the upper 20s, the Sportage delivers tremendous value. Number 4. Kia Telluride, 2025. Number 4 is the Kia Telluride, and if you need 3 rows, pay attention. The Telluride burst onto the scene a few years ago and immediately started winning awards. It's not hard to see why. This is a 3-row SUV that doesn't ask you to compromise. Let's start with the obvious. The Telluride is big, really big, but Kia used every inch of that size intelligently. The 3rd row isn't a token gesture for small children. Actual adults can sit back there for extended periods without feeling like they're being punished. The 2nd row offers captain's chairs or a bench seat, and either way, passengers are treated to generous space and comfort. The styling is masculine and imposing without being aggressive. It looks substantial, which matches the driving experience. This is a solid, confidence-inspiring vehicle that feels planted at highway speeds and stable in crosswinds. Inside, Kia pulled out all the stops. The materials are excellent across the board, with stitched leather, real wood trim, and soft touch surfaces everywhere your hands or elbows might rest. The build quality is impressive, with tight panel gaps and controls that operate with a satisfying precision. It feels expensive because, frankly, Kia built it like an expensive vehicle. The powertrain is a smooth and powerful V6 that generates enough grunt to move this big SUV with authority. Merging with 7 passengers aboard? No problem. Towing a boat? The Telluride is rated for £5,000, which covers most recreational trailers with ease. The 8-speed automatic transmission is well programmed and nearly invisible during normal driving. Consumer reports praise the Telluride for its combination of comfort, utility, and predicted reliability. Owners report high satisfaction, particularly noting how well the vehicle serves growing families. The abundance of USB ports, cup holders, and storage spaces shows that Kia actually talked to parents during the design process. Technology is comprehensive but not overwhelming. You get a large touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a premium sound system, and a full suite of driver assistance features. Everything works intuitively, which is exactly what you want when you're managing kids and cargo. Fuel economy isn't spectacular, which is the trade-off for having a proper V6 and the capability to handle serious hauling duties. You're looking at low 20s combined, which is competitive for the class, but not groundbreaking. The Telluride starts in the mid-40s, which sounds expensive until you compare it to competitors. A similarly equipped Toyota Highlander or Honda Pilot costs about the same, and many 3-row luxury SUVs start where the Telluride tops out. You're getting flagship features and quality at a mid-size SUV price. The only real weakness? Availability. The Telluride is so popular that dealers often have waiting lists. and some try to add market adjustments. If you're patient and willing to shop around, you can find one at MSRP. And trust me, it's worth the wait. Number 3. Hyundai Tucson. Bronze medal position goes to the Hyundai Tucson, and this is where the value proposition gets really compelling. Hyundai and Kia share corporate ownership, which means they share technology, engineering resources, and manufacturing expertise. The Tucson benefits from all of that shared knowledge while bringing its own unique personality to the table. The exterior design is dramatic and futuristic. The hidden daytime running lights create a parametric jewel pattern that looks like nothing else on the road. When you lock the car, the lights perform a little sequence that feels special every single time. It's a small touch, but it shows the attention to detail Hyundai poured into this generation. Step inside, and you're greeted by a cabin that punches well above its weight class. The dashboard design is clean and modern, with seamlessly integrated screens and a minimalist approach to buttons and knobs. But unlike some brands that eliminate every physical control in the name of minimalism, Hyundai kept the important stuff accessible. Space efficiency is excellent. The Tucson offers more passenger and cargo room than its exterior dimensions would suggest. Hyundai's engineers did an outstanding job maximizing interior volume without making the vehicle unwieldy to drive or park. Urban drivers will appreciate the tight turning radius and good outward visibility. The powertrain options include a base engine, a turbo upgrade, and multiple hybrid configurations. The hybrid versions are particularly impressive, delivering fuel economy in the high 30s combined while still providing adequate power. If you're doing a lot of commuting, the hybrid's fuel savings will offset its higher purchase price within a couple of years. Consumer Reports noted the Tucson's excellent predicted reliability and strong safety scores. The full suite of driver assistance systems comes standard across all trim levels, which is unusual in this price range. Forward collision warning, automatic emergency braking, lane keeping assist, and more. These aren't upsell features. They're included, period. The ride quality is smooth and controlled. Hyundai tuned the suspension to absorb bumps without feeling sloppy in corners. It's a comfortable daily driver that doesn't punish you when you occasionally need to hustle. Warranty coverage matches Kia's impressive 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain protection, plus 5 years of complimentary roadside assistance. Hyundai wants you to feel confident in your purchase, and they're willing to back it up legally. Technology features are abundant, including a premium sound system, wireless charging, a head-up display on higher trims, and remote start capability. The infotainment system is responsive and logical, learning your preferences over time. Where does the Tucson stumble? The base engine feels a bit underpowered with a full load, so most buyers gravitate toward the turbo or hybrid. Some interior plastics in lower trim levels aren't as nice as the rest of the cabin. And like the Sportage, cargo space behind the third row is good, but not segment-leading. Starting prices are in the mid-20s, making the Tucson one of the most affordable vehicles on this list. The value proposition is outstanding, especially when you consider the warranty and standard features. Number 2. Honda Pilot. Taking the silver medal is the Honda Pilot, and this is the safe choice that's also the smart choice. Honda's reputation for reliability is legendary, and the Pilot upholds that legacy while adding modern refinement and technology. This is the SUV your accountant would recommend, except it's also genuinely enjoyable to own and drive. The new generation Pilot looks more upscale and modern than its predecessor. Honda shed the boxy styling for more sophisticated lines and a cleaner front fascia. It's handsome without being flashy, which probably describes Honda's entire design philosophy. Inside, everything feels solid and well constructed. The materials aren't the most luxurious on this list, but they're durable and functional. This is a cabin built to withstand family life. Spilled juice boxes, muddy shoes, sports equipment, and everything else that comes with active households. The 3-row seating is genuinely useful. The third row can accommodate adults for short trips or kids comfortably for long hauls. Access to that third row is easy, thanks to a second-row seat that slides and tips forward with one hand. Honda thought about the real-world scenario of loading kids while holding a baby, and they engineered accordingly. Under the hood, a naturally aspirated V6 provides smooth, linear power delivery. There's no turbo lag, No weird transmission programming, just predictable acceleration whenever you need it. The 9-speed automatic can occasionally hunt for gears in stop-and-go traffic, but it's generally well behaved. Towing capacity is 5,000 pounds, matching the Telluride and covering most family recreation needs. Consumer Reports gave the Pilot high marks for predicted reliability, owner satisfaction, and safety. This is an SUV you buy and forget about beyond regular maintenance. It'll start every morning, handle whatever you throw at it, and ask for nothing more than oil changes and tire rotations. The ride quality is compliant and quiet. Honda engineered this generation for a more refined highway experience, and it shows. Road noise is well controlled, and the suspension soaks up imperfections without transmitting harshness to the cabin. Long road trips are relaxed and comfortable for everyone aboard. Technology is comprehensive without being overwhelming. The touchscreen system is responsive and logical, with physical volume and tuning knobs that make adjustments effortless. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, along with a full suite of Honda sensing safety features. These systems work well without being intrusive or annoying. Fuel economy is adequate, sitting in the low 20s combined. It's not outstanding, but it's competitive for a V6-powered 3-row SUV. And Honda's reputation for long-term efficiency means you're less likely to see a decline in fuel economy as the vehicle ages. Pricing starts in the upper 40s, positioning the Pilot as a premium option in the mainstream segment. But Honda resale values are consistently strong, which means your total cost of ownership will be lower than the sticker price suggests. In 5 years, the Pilot will still command a strong price in the used market. Weaknesses? The styling is conservative, which might bore some buyers. The infotainment system, while functional, lacks the wow factor of some competitors. And the base trim is pretty stripped down, so most buyers end up in mid-level configurations that push into the low 50s. But here's the thing about the Pilot. It's the SUV you recommend to your parents, your siblings, or your best friend without any hesitation. It's not the most exciting vehicle on this list, but it's the one that will faithfully serve your family for 10 years without drama. Number 1. Subaru Forester. And finally, claiming the top spot is the Subaru Forester. If you're surprised, you haven't been paying attention to what Subaru has been doing for the last decade. The Forester doesn't have the most horsepower. It's not the most luxurious. It doesn't have the flashiest technology. So why is it number 1? Because Consumer Reports doesn't rank vehicles on paper specs. They rank them on real-world performance, reliability, owner satisfaction, and long-term value. And on those metrics, the Forester is unbeatable. Let's start with what makes every Subaru special: standard all-wheel drive. Not an option, not available on higher trims, standard. Every Forester that rolls off the line is ready for rain, snow, mud, and whatever else nature throws at it. And Subaru's AWD system is one of the best in the business, constantly monitoring conditions and distributing power before you even notice you need it. The Forester's boxy, upright design maximizes interior space and outward visibility. The greenhouse is enormous, giving you a commanding view of the road and excellent sightlines in all directions. Parking is easy, changing lanes is safe. You feel confident because you can actually see what's around you, which is increasingly rare in modern vehicles with their thick pillars and rising belt lines. Inside, the Forester is practical to a fault. The materials are durable rather than luxurious. The design is functional rather than flashy. But that's exactly what Forester buyers want. The seats are comfortable for all-day driving. The controls are logically arranged. Everything works intuitively from day one, without consulting the manual. Space efficiency is outstanding. The Forester offers more cargo capacity than several larger competitors. The rear seats fold flat, creating a genuinely versatile loading area. Weekend adventurers love the Forester because you can fit camping gear, bikes, kayaks, or whatever your hobby requires. And the roof rails are standard, expanding your hauling options even further. The powertrain is a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder boxer engine paired with a continuously variable transmission. On paper, it sounds uninspiring. In reality, it's perfectly adequate for daily driving and offers excellent fuel economy in the upper 20s combined. The boxer engine's low center of gravity contributes to the Forester's stable, planted handling characteristics. Consumer Reports crowned the Forester #1 for several crucial reasons. First, predicted reliability is exceptional. Subarus consistently rank among the most reliable vehicles you can buy, and the Forester leads the pack. Owners report minimal issues and low maintenance costs over time. Second, safety is built into the Forester's DNA. Subaru's EyeSight driver assistance system is standard and includes adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, automatic emergency braking, and more. But beyond the tech, the Forester earned top safety ratings from every testing organization. The structure is engineered to protect occupants in real-world crashes, not just lab tests. Third, owner satisfaction is through the roof. Forester owners are loyal to a degree that borders on fanatical. They recommend the vehicle to friends and family. They buy another Subaru when it's time to upgrade. This loyalty isn't based on marketing or brand image. It's based on years of dependable service and vehicles that deliver on their promises. The ride quality is comfortable without being soft. The Forester handles better than its SUV shape suggests, with minimal body roll and responsive steering. It's not a sports car, but it's engaging enough to make your commute enjoyable rather than tedious. Ground clearance is generous, making the Forester capable on unpaved roads and in deep snow. Approach and departure angles are respectable. You can confidently take the Forester places that would make other compact SUV owners nervous. Pricing starts in the mid-20s, making the Forester one of the most affordable vehicles on this list. Even fully loaded models stay under $40,000, which is remarkable considering everything you're getting. Where does the Forester fall short? The interior materials aren't premium, the technology isn't cutting edge, the engine isn't powerful. But here's the secret. None of that matters to the people who buy Foresters. They prioritize reliability, capability, safety, and value. And on those metrics, nothing beats the Forester. So there you have it. 6 SUVs that Consumer Reports rated as nearly perfect, and not a luxury badge among them. The common thread? These manufacturers focused on building vehicles that work, day after day, year after year, without drama or expensive repairs. If you're shopping for an SUV in 2025, you can't go wrong with any vehicle on this list. But if you want the absolute best combination of reliability, capability, safety, and value, the Subaru Forester stands alone at the top. Which of these SUVs would you choose? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if you found this video helpful, smash that like button and subscribe for more honest, data-driven vehicle reviews. I'll see you in the next one.